Hi everyone, this is Miss Bothwell, and today in this video lesson you are going to learn about apostrophes and using apostrophes correctly for singular and plural nouns. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so looking at both of these sentences, one sentence says, "We awoke to the smell of grandmother's cooking." The other sentence says, "We awoke to the smell of grandmother's cooking," with the apostrophe S. So looking at both of these sentences, they have two different meanings due to the fact that one has an apostrophe and one doesn't. So the one with the apostrophe is showing that the cooking belongs to the grandmother. And then the sentence without the apostrophe is showing that the grandmothers are being cooked. So that is why it is important to make sure that we punctuate our nouns correctly. Make sure that we're actually showing possession using our apostrophe when we are supposed to. Okay, so using apostrophes, there are two uses for apostrophes. So you would use an apostrophe for contractions such as don't, and you would also use apostrophes for possession or ownership, such as Jean's essay was good. And in this video we're going to talk about using apostrophes for possession. So let's look at singular nouns. So we have an example where it says the hat belonging to the girl. So to show that sentence written in possession, we're going to use our apostrophe S, the girl's hat. Also, this is showing that it's one girl and the hat belongs to that one girl. Also, the coat belonging to the boy's coat. This is showing that it's one boy and that coat belongs to that one boy. So this is a singular noun or singular possession. The title belonging to the book's title. So this is one book and the title belongs to that book. So in order to show a singular possession, you need to add both the apostrophe and you would add the S. So let's look at some more examples. We have Sarah's textbook was in her backpack. So all we need to do is add the apostrophe S to show that the textbook belongs to Sarah. Okay, and this is a singular possession. It's one Sarah, and the textbook belongs to her. The second example, we have the lion's fur was bright yellow. So this is showing that it's one lion, and the fur belongs to that one lion. And to show that possession, we add the apostrophe S. So whenever we have a singular noun and we want to show ownership or possession, we're going to add apostrophe and S. Okay, so even when a singular noun already ends in an S, we're still going to add the apostrophe S. So this example, the class test scores were high. So with the apostrophe S, it's still one class, and the test scores belong to that one class. But since class already ends in an S and we still want to show possession, we'll still use an apostrophe S. Same with the next sentence. Oscar Lewis' article was interesting, but I disagree with much of what he said. So Lewis already ends in an S, but we want to show that the article belongs to Oscar Lewis. So in order to do that, we need to use an apostrophe S. Okay, so let's look at the difference between these two examples. So we have the first sentence that says Lincoln University's, with the IES, mascot is the lion. And then Lincoln University's, with the apostrophe S, mascot is the lion. So the difference between the two is the first one, with the first sentence with the university with the IES, that is spelled where it means a lot of universities, but it's also not showing that the mascot belongs to the multiple Lincoln universities, because we would need an apostrophe to show that. So the correct answer that shows singular possession would be the second sentence, because they're showing that it's Lincoln University's mascot using the apostrophe S. So let's look at the next example. My next client's appointment is at 1 p.m. or 1 o'clock. So to show the singular possession, we are going to use the apostrophe S, because the appointment belongs to the client. So we need to have that apostrophe S. Okay, so now we're going to look at plural nouns. Remember, a plural noun is a noun that there's multiple of. There's a lot of something. So in order to make a noun that is plural, possessive, or show ownership, we simply just add the apostrophe. We do not need to add another S after the apostrophe because the plural noun already ends in an S. So let's look at the example below. The 5 dogs' water dishes were all empty. So if you were to just remove the apostrophe, that's showing that there's multiple dogs. There's 5 dogs. But we want to show that the water dishes belongs to multiple dogs. So in order to do that, we simply add the apostrophe. So the same idea with the next sentence. The students' desks were very clean. So we're trying to show that it's already multiple students and the desk belongs to multiple students. So in order to do that, we simply need to just add the apostrophe because the S is already there. So let's look at the following examples. All 3 agency directors are coming. So out of the 2 sentences, the second sentence shows plural possession. So it's showing that the directors belong to those agencies. So you simply just add the apostrophe. Those student excuses are unbelievable. So again, to show plural possession, you just simply add the apostrophe because the S is already there. So it's showing that the excuses belong to multiple students. Okay, so one last thing I would like to bring to your attention, which is a common mistake, is that sometimes we can get confused if a word is actually possessive or if it's just plain plural. So we have 2 examples. The students did well versus the students' success was well deserved. So to remind yourself if it's actually should be possessive or if it's plural, you want to look at the word after the noun. So like the students did well. I should not use an apostrophe, that should not be there, because did cannot be possessed by the students. Okay, so this is just plain plural. It's just showing that a lot of students did well. The second example is possessive, because the success can belong to the students. And this is showing that it's multiple students and the success belongs to them. Okay, so let's look at a few examples. Plural versus possessive. The computer's keyboard was missing. So we have our apostrophe S because the keyboard belongs to the computer. And that actually shows that it's one computer that the keyboard belongs to, because we have our apostrophe S. The second example is just plain plural. The computers need to be repaired. So the computers do not own anything, so we don't need an apostrophe. Okay, so that concludes our video lessons about apostrophes. So at the end of this video, you should all know when to use an apostrophe and how to correctly use an apostrophe with singular and plural nouns. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.